dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Wednesday, February the 27th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News This Morning. Well, yesterday it got a little bit warm, and today it might be even warmer. Let's bring Brandon in this morning. And Brandon, what should people expect as they step out the door and head to work and school this morning?
Not as chilly this morning, Will. We're going to continue to see that trend as we head through the first part of your day, but some more clouds a little bit later on. Let's take a look at the camera network starting here in Hazard. You can see the moon there in the sky just above the banner there. So nice start to the day here across the eastern parts of the region. We go over to the west. A little bit cooler, down to 29 now Monticello. Some low 30s out toward the Cumberland Valley. But look over here at Jackson, 39, 40 Pikeville, 46 in Wise this morning. Lots of places close to the freezing mark though. So I had to split the difference there at 34 by 7 o'clock. And then we'll see temperatures climb into the 60s by later on today. So enjoy it because we see some unsettled weather come our way over the next few days. I'll have more on that here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon. Thank you. Well, blessed. That is the word a community is using to describe how they feel days after floodwaters rushed into their homes and yards in the middle of the night. And I went to the small town of Lee City in Wolfe County yesterday. They told me you can replace material items, but you can't replace lives.
Actually, it was one of the worst times of our lives.
Dolores Parks has lived in Lee City for 40 years.
My husband has lived here almost all of his life, which is a bunch more than 40.
Saturday night, this small community along Kentucky 205 was inundated with loads of water.
We didn't want to be drowned, even we felt like our lives was in jeopardy, that we better just pray to the good Lord, and he did keep us safe.
Parks and her husband live in this little house. Around the corner lives Barbara Houndshell. This is the inside of her home, ripped to shreds as they clean up.
Got up and destroyed quite a bit. We've got to replace the floors and things. And
Houndshell has lived here all of her life too. She's seen flooding, but nothing like this.
This is the worst that it has been.
This community evacuated to a nearby church, seeking shelter and keeping the faith. Something Parks was met with when she returned home the next day.
I found a birthday card from my mama, and she's passed away now. And it wasn't wet. It was dry.
And if that wasn't enough, a set of Bibles she had just purchased, through it all, went untouched.
The bottom of the box is all that was wet. The Bibles weren't tipped.
Strengthening the faith she already had.
Now, the people who live in Lee City say families are displaced and houses are ruined, but hope still remains strong. Now to Leslie County, where one woman is literally going the extra mile to get to work. Janice Huff takes a boat across the flooded area surrounding her home so she can make it to her job at Hayden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Her husband Ira takes her by boat every morning and picks her up every evening. When asked why she does it, she says it's because she cares about the people she works with.
Yes, the residents. They put a smile on my face. Yeah, they put a smile on my face.
Now, they have seen flooding in the past, but this is the first year they have had a motor for the boat. They saw one at Walmart and figured it would be a lot easier than paddling.
This is the worst that it's ever been. I have never been trapped where I could never go to work. The flood of '84, it was over, but I was so young. I don't remember much about that, but this is the highest that I've ever seen it, and I've lived down here all my life.
Now, county officials and volunteers were out delivering supplies by boat yesterday to others who are stranded in the Confluence area. Well, part of Buckhorn State Park is underwater after this past weekend's flooding. Officials with the park say the water is around 832 feet above sea level, which is 50 feet higher than normal. A parking lot and playgrounds are underwater, but luckily the lodge and cabins are safe.
Everybody kept saying, yeah, I've seen it up to the net on the ball go in the parking lot. And that's kind of what we kept gauged it by, I guess. And then Saturday, it started coming up on the ball go. Sunday, the net was touching. And then by Sunday night, the bog ovals disappeared.
As soon as the water recedes, officials say they will begin preparing for the summer season. Well, the recent flooding hit hard in the Oil Springs Cultural Arts and Recreation Center. It is also known as the Oscar Center. The bottom floor received nearly 1 foot of water late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. The rooms in the building are used to teach crafts, host art galleries, photography studios, and more. Rebecca Clay says it is heartbreaking to see the building this way.
So when the floodwaters came and it was caked all over everything, it was just heartbreaking.
The Oscar building was built in 1950 and the church directly in front of it was built around 1893. Clay says thankfully the church did not receive any damage from the flood. The Oscar Center is a nonprofit organization. If you would like to donate, you can contact the Route 23 Cultural Heritage Network at 866-217-8299. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, one Oregon cat may soon be remembered in an out-of-this-world way. We will tell you what's in the works.
Not as cold this morning, but you'll still need that jacket. I'll help you plan out your hump day in about 3 minutes.